Donald Trump threatened to sue the Wall Street Journal and Rupert Murdoch if they published this article that they published. They went ahead and published it. They're like, go ahead and sue us. The headline: Jeffrey Epstein's friends sent him bawdy letters for 50th birthday album. One was from Donald Trump. The leather-bound book was compiled by Ghislain Maxwell. The president says the letter is a fake thing. So I go over to his Lie Social page, and this is the very first post. The Wall Street Journal printed a fake letter, supposedly to Epstein. These are not my words, not the way I talk. Also, I don't draw pictures. I told Rupert Murdoch it was a scam, that he shouldn't print this fake story, but he did. Now I'm going to sue his butt off and that of his third-rate newspaper. Thank you for your attention to this matter. The fact that he keeps ending everything, thank you for your attention to this matter. We should all be ending our conversations with that. And then he puts his initials DJT, but he forgot to say FDJT because that's how we feel about him. It was Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday, and Ghislain Maxwell was preparing a special gift to mark the occasion. She turned to Epstein's family and friends. One of them was Donald Trump. It says, it isn't clear how the letter with Trump's signature was prepared. Inside the outline of the naked woman was a typewritten note styled as an imaginary conversation between Trump and Epstein, written in the third person. Voiceover. There must be more to life than having everything, the note began. Donald, yes there is, but I won't tell you what it is. Jeffrey, nor will I, since I also know what it is. Donald, we have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, yes we do, come to think of it. Donald, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. Trump, a pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. JD Vance's reaction, he says, forgive my language, but this story is complete and utter BS, and he uses the cuss word. This Christian man uses the cuss word. The Wall Street Journal should be ashamed for publishing it. Where is this letter? Would you be shocked to learn they never showed it to us before publishing it? Does anyone honestly believe this sounds like Donald Trump? We have a longer Lie Social post from Donald J. Trump saying the Wall Street Journal and Rupert Murdoch personally were warned directly by President Donald J. Trump. He is literally using himself in the third person. So they were warned directly by President Donald J. Trump that the supposed letter they printed by President Trump to Epstein was a fake. If they print it, they will be sued. Mr. Murdoch stated that he would take care of it, but obviously did not have the power to do so. The editor of the Wall Street Journal, Emma Tucker, was told directly by Caroline Lie a lot and by President Trump that the letter was a fake, but Emma Tucker didn't want to hear that. Instead, they are going with a false, malicious, and defamatory story anyway. President Trump will be suing the Wall Street Journal, News Corp, and Mr. Murdoch shortly. The press has to learn to be truthful and not rely on sources that probably don't even exist. President Trump has already beaten George Stephanopoulos /ABC, 60 Minutes /CBS, and others, and looks forward to suing and holding accountable the once great Wall Street Journal. It has truly turned out to be a disgusting and filthy rag, and he put that in quotes. And writing defamatory lies like this shows their desperation to remain relevant. If there were any truth at all on the Epstein hoax as it pertains to President Trump, this information would have been revealed by Comey, Brennan, Crooked Hillary, and other radical left lunatics years ago. It certainly would not have sat in a file waiting for Trump to have won 3 elections. This is yet another example of fake news. Why is there always so much news with these people? This is what NBC has to say. Bawdy birthday letter to Epstein bears Trump's name, Wall Street Journal reports. The album's contents were collected by Ghislain Maxwell, the former Epstein associate who is currently in federal prison. The letter was among the documents examined by the Justice Department official who investigated Epstein and Maxwell years ago, according to people who have reviewed the pages. This is probably Maxwell's way of saying, look, you better let me out of prison right now before I start releasing all of the things. Donald Trump is probably throwing all kind of ketchup against the wall right now. As for the letter's contents, it contains several lines of typewritten text framed by the outline of a naked woman, the journal reports. A pair of small arcs denotes the woman's breasts, and the future president's signature is a squiggly Donald below her waist, mimicking pubic hair. The letter ends with the sign-off, "Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." Here's a quote from Trump. "This is not me. This is a fake thing. It's a fake Wall Street Journal story," he said. "I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women. It's not my language. It's not my words." The president, who has sued numerous media outlets over the years, threatened the paper with legal action. "I'm going to sue Wall Street Journal." All right, we already saw that part. This tweet from Gavin Newsom hones in on the part where Trump says, "I never wrote a picture in my life." I don't know why he used the word "wrote a picture," but oh well. So this article that Gavin Newsom shared is from 2019 from the Washington Post. It's titled, "A Sketch Donald Trump Made of the Manhattan Skyline is Up for Auction." And here is the sketch. Here is Donald Trump. And the quote, once again, "I never wrote a picture in my life." And this person right here named Annie says, "I know this doesn't matter, but a lady in Ohio solicited doodles from celebrities to auction for charity. In 2004, she said that Trump was always literally the first to send in his drawings. And here is a doodle with his signature that we have definitely seen." And then she shares the article right here, "Doodles designed to draw a crowd." And then below, Annie says, "I spent a while browsing old newspapers for celebrity doodles last week. Maybe it's slightly relevant now." And then once again, this quote, "I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women. It's not my language. It's not my words." Annie says, "Okay, here's another from 2008. Still not a naked woman though. We have another skyline, so another doodle." So he does write drawings and his scribbly name. She shares another one saying, "Once again, not a naked woman." And at the bottom, this one says, this piece of art was created by Donald Trump. We see the signature down on the bottom. And then this next one says, "Apparently at a 2004 charity auction in Iowa, Trump was neck and neck with Clay Aiken for the top-selling doodle." There's no pic of Clay Aiken's drawing, but here's one by Betty White. So here's Betty White's doodle, and here is Trump's doodle right there. And you see the signatures. This person named Paola Pooch shares something from Vanity Fair. It says, "Art by Donald Trump sells for thousands." And then Bobcat shares a doodle, another doodle. This is a cow and a barn. The funniest thing is so many people are just randomly grabbing things. Donald Trump does not believe, he thinks that he can say, "I did not write any, no, I've never wrote any drawings," and that people are not going to just grab things. If this stuff is a matter of record in newspapers, if he has sold things and it's in his book, why doesn't he think that people are going to just like post this stuff? Hi, No Thanks shares this from GQ magazine. Donald Trump's sketch of the Empire State Building. Texas Steph says, on a side note, sure does look like he used an auto pen to sign those. Lois says he probably spent all day in school doodling, which is why he doesn't know common knowledge, but he's definitely got a creative streak seen in this invention of his own reality. He is creating his own reality. Like literally, he'll say things and he must really believe these things. I'm just going to ignore the word facts right there because they don't peddle in facts. Republicans Against Trump says, "Oh, Trump lied again." Value Drift says, "Landscape and building focus sounds like someone else, another person who could have been an artist in another life." Rebel Party says, "Who knew? The diddler is a doodler," and then gives us this meme. So if you need to take that, go ahead and screenshot. Y'all, there's always something every day. Every